everybody? My name's Tyler Wargo.
I'm Mickey Perello.
And welcome to Season 2, Episode 5. As today, we have a lot to talk about today.
It's going to be a fun-filled episode.
We got MLB, NBA, NFL,
and NHL.
And NHL that is coming to a close. The Stanley Cup Final is coming soon, so that's hype. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Starting off with baseball. In Detroit, we have the Tigers taking an L 10-3 against the Indians. Tampa Bay looked nice, as they always been, as they win 3-1 against the Orioles. And they also played a doubleheader and won that game 10-6. Dodgers continue their hot streak. They're not stopping. They're going to keep winning. The Dodgers have been doing amazing right now, and they clinched the playoff spot.
Yep.
So that's really hyped to see. And I'm hyped to see how Kershaw is going to be in the playoffs. I think he's going to be a tank. I think he's going to be the main guy for the Dodgers.
Definitely. The Dodgers are right now the team to beat in the National League.
As they went against Colorado 9-3 against the Rockies. And we also have Evaldi did good for the Red Sox as Red Sox defense as he struck out 7 facing the Marlins and winning 5-3. White Sox also held on in Southside Chicago as they won 4-3 facing the Twins. White Sox also clinched the playoffs, so we're also seeing the White Sox do pretty well here too.
Definitely. The White Sox are definitely going to be a team to beat in the American League. And the cool thing about them is that they've gotten a bunch of players up now.
They have good pitchers.
And they got some good pitchers, and watch out for the White Sox in the MLB playoffs.
I think they're going to do really well, honestly. But the thing is that look at the other teams in the American League.
Yeah, the Yankees.
The Yankees are doing well.
Yeah.
Without Judge and Stanley.
And they're getting them back.
Exactly.
Them back
so White Sox, they may look hot right now, but comes playoffs,
it might be the Yankees.
It might be the Yankees. It might be the White Sox end when the playoffs start. Who knows?
MVP candidate Jose Abreu in the White Sox. He's having a great year. Just got to point that out.
Yes, he is. Also, the Angels are actually doing well so far in their division as they've been winning more games than usual as they won 7-3 against the Diamondbacks. So we're seeing like a win streak also from the Angels too recently.
Definitely.
And honestly, before a month back, the Angels weren't that good of a team. They've been falling. So, but then now they're doing well. I still don't think they're gonna be able to
make the playoffs. I don't think so.
But I definitely think that I've been seeing them pick up wins every now and then. So, but I just feel like they're not keeping that consecutive.
Yeah, they got to get some more wins in a row.
Other than that, the Giants also played well and won 6-4 against the Mariners. Flores played a good game as he had 2 homers that game, so he did well. Giants are looking pretty well, but they're still not the greatest. They're
right on the verge of the playoffs, so they could make that last spot and make the playoffs. I'm telling you, Wilmer Flores, who hit the 2 homers in that game, he was a former Met. I've seen him play. He's a pretty good baseball player.
He's a good player. He's also good with defense too on the field too. But honestly, look at all these other teams. We already have our spot. Like for example, Dodgers, they made it. White Sox, they made it. Reds, they're good. So we already have teams that already look good. But it's like these other teams that are just so close.
Yeah.
They're just falling behind, and they get the wins every now and then. But it's terrible seeing your team just not be able to take on these other teams because they could do well against this team that's bad, but then they do terrible against the teams that are better than them, which will not make them advance anywhere. The Yankees are looking hot recently as they won 10-7 against Toronto. And Blue Jays, as we know, is a good team, and the Yankees are still beating them. Last time we were here, didn't they face the Yankees? Didn't they face the Blue Jays still?
I think they were.
They were facing the Blue Jays last show.
Man.
And the Yankees won that game. So the Yankees have been beating the Blue Jays, and the Yankees have been looking pretty good lately.
Definitely, the Yankees are starting to get all their players back from Stan and Judge and Urshela.
They're going to be back. Judge is going to be back soon.
And now, once you get all these players back, the Yankees look like the dangerous team that everyone thought they were going to be.
Exactly. And Pirates also won 5-1 against
but that's
Steel
just
City.
Yeah.
And they played an okay team, which was the Cardinals. So that was really just an okay matchup, I guess.
It wasn't. But the Pirates suck.
Pirates aren't really a good team.
They're not
going with the Cardinals too.
I mean, the Cardinals are okay, but the
they're-
Pirates are.
I mean, I've
bad.
been seeing the Pirates lose games and win games, but the thing is that the key players that we need to see make the playoffs is the team with the most consecutive wins.
Definitely.
That's what we got to look at. Mets are also not doing bad lately as they beat Bryce Harper in the Phillies, 10-6 in Philly. So
Definitely.
not hometown advantage, and they still won.
Yeah,
So.
big game for Brandon Nimmo. He had a double, he had a triple, he had a home run. He was insane for that game yesterday.
He did great. I like seeing him do that for the Mets. I definitely think the Mets have a good shot, actually.
They have a good shot, but they got to win more games in a row. Like the Angels, they got to win more consecutive games in a row. Maybe they'll make the playoffs.
Maybe.
It's possible in this playoff atmosphere this year.
Right now, there's a lot of teams we're looking at right now. You got the teams. You're either a team in the MLB who is completely awful, who's just having a bad year.
They're all over the place.
Or you're going to be a team that has hurt players, but you win and lose every now and then. So it's not really helping your team, but it's helping your team at the same time. But then you also got teams who are so good. They have their players. They have good staff. They have good pitching. They have good hitting. They have good fielding. Though we have a lot of teams like that. So right now it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of crazy. Lastly, we have the Astros had a slow, boring game in Houston as they won 2-1 against the Rangers. So Astros, they're looking good. Rangers not looking good at all.
Nope.
So that's tough.
Yep.
Anyway, we will now head on to the NFL.
Definitely.
As that started last weekend, and oh man,
There were some great games in the NFL.
it was crazy. I mean, we saw Drew Brees face Brady.
Yeah, we
We
did.
saw the Giants
Yeah.
take an L.
I mean, that's.
But that's the Giants for you. But
Yeah.
starting off in New York, obviously the Giants, as we talked about, they take their first loss against the Steelers. The score is 26-16. Giants might be having a bad year, in my opinion.
Yep. Daniel Jones looked pretty good, though, so all your Giants fans out there, be happy. Daniel Jones is your future quarterback.
Exactly. Titan Broncos in Denver as the Titans held on. Close game, 16-4. Titans looking good. Broncos, they actually fell. Broncos used to be good.
Yeah, the Broncos have been going through some tough time with quarterbacks. I mean, you got to have a good old quarterback to win this league.
They did just lose a couple players.
No, they have. They lost Von Miller for
They lost
pretty
Von
much.
Miller was like their guy.
He got hurt, so. I mean, the Broncos are trying to get a quarterback. That's how you compete in the NFL. They've been going through a revolving door ever since Peyton Manning left them.
Mm-hmm.
From Joe Flacco to Case Keenum to Trevor Siemian to Paxton Lynch, and now Drew Lock is there. So it's just crazy with them.
Yeah. And also the Cowboys cannot hang on in LA as they lose against the Rams 20-17. Cowboys also aren't looking good. Dak Prescott, he's not really,
No, we expected more out of the Cowboys.
I expected more out of him. Dak Prescott was that rookie. Remember that?
Yeah,
he was that rookie, and then nowadays
he came out of nowhere.
Nowadays, I think it's going to be hard for him, especially the defense of the Cowboys is not really looking the best too.
No.
So, we would like to see more out of the Cowboys, honestly, in the future.
Yeah, everyone, it's America's team. You gotta expect out of them more. Come on.
Yeah.
They're America's team.
Yeah, they're America's team.
Like that's what they've been saying.
I don't root for the Cowboys.
I don't either, but
yeah.
Apparently they're America's team, I guess.
And they're letting America down by losing.
Yeah.
So,
Not the only ones.
Saints win 34-23 as they played against the Bucks. Saints are at it again with catching those dubs, even with Breeze playing up against Brady. Now that just shows you how good the Saints are. Bucks just got some good players and they still can lose.
The
Bucks are a good
need
team.
to
They
get
are a
some
good team. I know they are a good team, but you're facing the Saints. Now, if you're the Bucks and you're playing like the Panthers or the Falcons, you can win that game. But the Saints, no. I don't think.
Well, are you saying the Saints are going undefeated?
Dude, they're going. I don't know.
Really?
Because they literally went so long going undefeated last year. I would really like to see that. I would really like to see, because I can go on and on about this. The Super Bowl, I thought they had it last year, but then when they lost to the Vikings, that was upsetting. See, I think they could definitely make it to the playoffs 100% this year. I just think that I just hope we don't have bad refs. That's all. But I definitely think it's possible for the Saints to have a really good year this year.
Yep.
So you got Kamara, you got Breeze.
Yeah, Michael Thomas.
Yeah, Michael Thomas actually got hurt.
Yeah, he did. They're saying that he has an ankle injury and he might be out or not. We're trying to see. So.
I hope he gets back. That would be terrible for the Saints.
Yeah, but they have a good enough offense.
They already
need
still
him.
Yeah, and their defense is good too. Their
games.
defense is good too.
Yeah.
So Cardinals win in San Francisco as they beat their 49ers 24-20.
Kyler Murray's insane. That's all I gotta
He's
say.
a beast.
Yeah.
So.
He's going to be a problem for NFL defenses in the future.
Watch out. Chargers also topped the Bengals 16-13 in Chicago. I definitely think the Chargers are going to be looking good this year. Maybe not the best, but I definitely think they're going to get the wins that they need, but they're also going to be picking up losses. That's my prediction for this year for the Chargers.
They won on a terrible freaking kick by Randy Bullock. It was terrible. It was terrible. So the Bengals probably should have tied the game, gone into overtime. And also about the Bengals, Joe Burrow. That man's insane. He's crazy.
He is. Patriots also continue to look good, even without Brady. But even without Brady, the Patriots are still a stock team. You got Edelman, you got all those players.
Yeah, and Cam Newton now.
So the Patriots are still a stack team even without Brady. They win 21-11 against Miami. Dolphins, I don't think they're going to have a good year this year.
No,
Dolphins
I don't think so. They're not yet.
Nah.
Not yet.
No. Seahawks also played great, and they beat the Falcons in Atlanta 38-25. So
Russell
Wilson still looking great for his team.
He's great quarterback.
He's doing everything he can for Pete Carroll. So
yeah.
Bears-Lions 27-23. Bears win in Detroit. Bears are not that bad. But
there's still questions about Trubisky.
They're questionable.
Mitch Trubisky.
So, Raiders, they win 34-30 against the Panthers. Raiders, they got a new stadium apparently.
Yeah, they moved. They're now Las Vegas.
So
Vegas, baby.
I'm hyped to see what the Raiders are going to be doing when they're home.
Definitely.
Not when they're away, because they lost.
Road.
I definitely think they're going to get a win when they're back home.
Facing,
we would like to see
the Saints.
We would like to Saints.
So now we're going to lose our first game because they're going against the Saints. So that's how it's going to be.
It's the Saints. That's how it is. But other than that, they would win. I definitely think that the Raiders will honestly do pretty well this year because they're in a new. It would be kind of cool if they did well, had a really good season, their very first time.
Yeah, they had a very underrated running back in Josh Jacobs. He's kind of insane.
So, that's that. Jaguars also win over the Colts.
That was the biggest upset of the day.
That was tough. I saw that.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers threw a couple picks. Gardner Minshew played a very good and surprising game for the Jaguars. I don't think that's going to happen again. I think the Jaguars are still one of the bottom teams in the NFL.
I agree with you right there. Ravens also crushed the Browns. Browns aren't good. Oh, God. Browns are terrible. Which really was not a shock to me. 38-6. That was
the Ravens just have, they blow everyone
actually
out.
Don't have that bad of a team. They're pretty good.
No, they don't. They have a very, very
really good
team
this year.
The question for the Ravens...
That's why they crushed the Browns, obviously.
Right.
Browns don't really have good players. They have one good player.
The question for the Ravens is, can they win the playoffs? And that's their question.
Yeah, exactly. That is a good question. We're going to have to find out. But we're definitely going to have to see over the next 16 weeks what happens. So... Eagles versus Washington. Washington State won 27-17. I still don't like the name, but...
Yeah, but we're just going to have to deal with that for now.
They will change that, though, apparently, in the future.
They will. I think they're going to change it after this year.
But they took the win against the Eagles. Good game also with the Packers and Vikings. That's also America's favorite team, Packers.
Yeah, everyone likes the Packers. But who doesn't? Aaron Rodgers is incredible.
He's still doing well. He's still on the team. He's old. He's good.
Everyone said he had a bad season last year.
I think he is old, though.
Now Jordan Love putting pressure on him. Watch out for those Green Bay Packers. And also, if they get another wide receiver at the trade deadline, oh boy, watch out.
They won their last weekend game. 43-34 against the Vikings. Vikings are actually a good team. So the fact that they're losing to the Packers and the Packers
shows how good the Packers are.
Yeah, and showing like their score was like 43-34. They scored 43 points. Packers are a beast team. They're gonna do really well this year, and I can't wait to see like those good matchups like Packers Seahawks or Packers Saints or something like that.
Yeah,
we would like to see stuff like that. No surprise also that the Jets lost 27-17 against the Bills. Bills are a really good team, so that's a no shocker.
And the Jets are the
terrible.
Worst team in the NFL.
Sorry, Jets fans. I mean, Super Bowl champs Chiefs also look strong as they win 34-20 against the Texans. Chiefs.
Patrick Mahomes they're all doing it again.
They're putting a show
They're trying to run it back.
I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl this year.
I don't think so either.
But I definitely think they're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely.
It always happens with
if they don't make the playoffs, that would be the biggest
with sports in general
thing ever.
It's always the year that they win the Super Bowl or something like that. The next year they come close to it again.
Yep.
Because they still have their players.
Mm-hmm.
So also we move on from NFL to the Final Four, and that's big. That's big. So the Final Four starts. He is sadly winning the series 2-0 against the Celtics. And I'm not really finding that surprising. He's been looking really good lately.
They have.
They've been winning a lot.
Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Goran Dragic,
Jay Crowder.
Tyler Hero, Jay Crowder.
Jay Crowder is putting on a show too.
Duncan Robinson, like all these guys are just putting up amazing efforts.
I mean, I would really like to see the Celtics start getting boards now.
I mean,
I like to see them make more shots too.
Anything is possible in any series. We saw it with the Clippers that we'll get to in a minute. That anything is possible. So the Celtics still have a good chance. If you've got a game left,
they do. If you can win that, you have another game to win. They just need 2 games to win. It's not that hard. It's not like a 3-0 series or something like that. Like
it's 3-0. If you're down 3-0, it's a death grave. If you're down 2-0, that means you have to win the next game. But I think they can, because Brad Stevens and his crew are
Stevens is a really good coach. I definitely think he's going to be able to get his team all ready for the next game. I hope they win. Go Celtics. We also had the Nuggets beating the Clippers, surprisingly, as they won 104-89, having to face the Lakers now. So now we got Nuggets-Lakers.
Wow.
And I remember this kid.
I was wearing a Clippers jersey for the last 2 episodes.
He was going
saying
crazy
about
Kawhi. He loved Kawhi Leonard.
He's great, but he's not. He's not. He's great.
He's good, but he could not handle the defense of the Nuggets that night.
And also, Jokic and Murray are insane.
They're good.
You gotta give it to them.
They're really good. They have a really good center.
But here's my hot take of this episode. Here's the hot take.
What?
That was the worst effort performance I've ever seen out of any playoff team in any sport that I've ever seen. That was downright deplorable. You can book it. That's how bad it was.
Wow. Well, I honestly can say to you that the Clippers definitely have another shot next year. They just can't lose their players. They can't get their players hurt. They definitely have a second chance. A second chance is always the way to go.
I mean,
but we can't wait to see the Lakers Nuggets. I think the Lakers are going to easily win that.
Maybe.
That's going to be an easy win. Come on.
Really?
Come on.
LeBron. You think LeBron and AD can sweep them? No way.
No, not sweep, but like win.
I mean, he'll probably win, but look, Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic are insane. You don't understand that. Jokic doesn't have any athletic ability, and yet he's still like dominating everyone. Do you realize how freaking insane that is?
Do you realize that AD is the way to go?
Really?
He's a tall man. He goes up, he drives in, he goes for fouls.
I think it's gonna be a 7-game series.
It's gonna be a good series.
I think the Lakers win in 7 games, but it's not gonna be some easy ride where LeBron James is like, "Oh, I'm gonna make the playoffs." No, this will
be hard though. Like I definitely don't think there's gonna be a lot of crazy dunking or anything. It's going to be legit strategy and legit skill.
Yep, definitely.
Will be put on that night. We also move on from the NBA.
Strategy is a general plan to achieve one, or more long-term or overall.
Oh, Siri.
Would you like to hear more?
No, we don't want to hear more. You've ruined our flow, bro. God.
Moving on from NBA, we have the NHL as we now move on to the Stanley Cup Finals. The Lightning win the series against the Islanders. I thought the Islanders actually had a good chance, but they just blew it against Lightning. Although Lightning, they have a really good goalie. No one could stop them. They have great defense. They're really putting on a show, and I definitely think that they deserve the Stanley Cup, to be in the Stanley Cup Final. Also, we have the Golden Knights as they came close, but not quite, as they beat the Stars. So, Golden Knights, they came close. They could have done it for their new town, Vegas, as they're the new team of Las Vegas. So, but they still cannot win, so the Dallas Stars move on. And we have the Stars and Lightning in the Stanley Cup Finals. I think the Lightning is going to win. Their defense, their goalie is amazing. The Lightning's been good for years, so I definitely think the Lightning is going to win the Stanley Cup Final. So yeah, thank you guys for joining the show, and yeah, bye.
See ya.